guys, this is Erin, Katie, and Adia, and we are 29 and chronically online. Before we get into this episode, I just wanted to remind you of a few things. We are on Instagram at 29and.co, and we're on TikTok at 29andco. You should follow us wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google. And we also have a YouTube channel, so you can watch our video episodes there. We thank you so much for your support, and now on to the tea.
Okay, welcome back to 29 and Chronically Online. Today we have a very, very special guest. The one, the only. If you're in the 7 to 5, you know her. You love her. Allie Modley.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. This here is my girl. This is, I don't even know what to say
We've
about
known each
you.
other for so long.
A very long time.
I was thinking about it. Like, how long has it been now?
2013.
When did I open Vans?
Because I graduated high school in 12, so it had to be 13.
Because 14
Wow.
was with Springfield. So
yeah, so almost 10 years.
Wow.
Allie knew me as a baby.
I did.
And now.
I remember when she came in for her interview with her boyfriend.
I did.
I remember sitting and interviewing her and her boyfriend.
Did he answer any of her questions?
Nope,
or
we hired both of them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it was a good interview, but oh my gosh. But yeah, this is Allie. Allie is like a big sister to me. Also like a regular sister to me. Because sometimes we're in the same shenanigans.
I think, yeah, we've definitely bonded the past few years over the same shenanigans.
Yeah, but Allie's here today for our Valentine's Day episode to talk about all things, gosh.
I know. I love that you brought up the boyfriend thing because, like, so topical to today's conversation.
Absolutely.
Right?
We have, I think a lot of me and Adia's, like, friendship has evolved over us talking about our relationships or situationships.
Yes.
So that's
Yes. And it's been a
The Bechdel test
wild,
is shaking. Okay.
No, literally. It has been a wild ride. Like, there's some things, like, you don't want to connect with people on. Like, it's not fun to be like, oh, my gosh, I relate to that, too. Men are shitty. But, like, it's so nice to have someone,
It
too.
is, because then you know
Yeah.
you're not alone.
Exactly. Like,
I
I
mean-
know I'm not the problem. Like, it's totally them. So,
That is so real.
yeah, super excited to have you
Thank you
here
for having me,
today.
guys.
Yes.
Men of Hampton Roads, beware of
I told them to come clean.
Exactly.
If they had anything to come clean about, they
Yeah,
should have done it.
Now's the time.
Mhm.
And if you haven't, it's too late. So
Yeah,
we're sorry.
Sucks for you.
This is the
Sucks
kind of
to
platform
suck.
that's needed. Call men out.
Exactly.
We need to.
Especially in this area because they're trifling. All 7 cities.
Flashback when to Adia was like, love Navy men.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
Next week, I formally retract.
Yeah, that was a rough one for me. That was a rough
7'5's
time.
a little rough out here.
It's hard life out here for girlies like me. But okay, yeah, today we're going to talk about dating and I don't want to say love because it's not
The online
love.
relationship.
No.
Online relationships.
Online dating
just
and
like- Yeah, what it's like now in the year
The
of our Lord
struggle.
and Savior 2024. The struggle is real. It's not fun out here. And, you know,
True.
I have to preface this by saying I was married, Allie was married. We were both in long-term relationships. So to go from that to the swamp that is the dating
And we're
pool now-
moms.
And we're moms
And we're
on top
moms.
of that.
That's-
So it's like, it
Definitely
is...
adds a layer.
If you want to talk
Yeah.
about a complete 180, like that is it 180? Yeah,
Yep.
180.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that is it. To go from being a wife to like a situationship, like it literally.
God.
Some girl on the
Traumatized.
roster, like it's just
I've learned a
It's
lot of
rough.
lessons. A lot of lessons
Like
were
you-
to be learned.
Like
Yeah.
it just does not make any sense, like in my brain. So, yeah, it's gonna be a blast. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Beware.
I'm excited. Before we start talking dating, we ask all our guests this. Allie, what makes you chronically online and a great guest for this
Yes.
podcast?
Because I am chronically on.
Yes.
I come from a digital marketing background, so I spend a lot of time on the internet. My ex-husband is an influencer, And that is something like knowing how to market myself and market others has been something. So I am online all the time with that. I know how to post things and say things and be elusive or
Be a brand.
subtweet. Like I'm good at that. So
I love that. What is your favorite like social media platform to be on?
Instagram, like it has to be Instagram. That's like the standard, but TikTok is like my guilty pleasure. Like I don't communicate really with it. I'll send people TikToks, but Instagram is I will say that's my like dating platform. That's where at least
true.
not on purpose.
No, yeah, nothing you do.
It's nothing I do. I know.
No.
But they come to me.
They do. They gravitate.
So funny.
You have a good profile
I love
from the sounds
that.
of it.
Seriously.
It is a good profile.
Flocking to Allie's Insta. I
No,
love.
they slide in the
Oh, do I
DMs.
have some stories?
And we'll hear them soon.
Yes.
Katie and I saw this TikTok and we were like, this would be so funny to do for our show, but then also we're doing this Valentine's Day like dating episodes. So it's time to rate me and Adia's Hinge profiles. Please give us your brutal honesty. We need it. I'm not on dating apps anymore.
Yeah,
though, so
neither of us are on the apps anymore.
We were like,
we were on there.
we were.
And I will say, Hinge is the best one, like profile wise. Like that was my strongest one for sure. But also, it's not like I've had better stuff on there. So like, don't judge like what's on there now.
Yeah.
Don't like judge too much.
Yeah,
but
like
also,
it wasn't like my heyday.
Well,
like
and
my
when you
prime.
come back to Hinge, you'll revamp the profile. It'll be like a whole different.
I hope I don't have to.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
y'all pay?
That's
Did y'all
so
pay
true.
the extra money to get the extra stuff?
Not for Hinge, no.
Okay.
I've only paid for Tinder once, like when I first got it, and that was to see like who was liking, like to see like who likes you.
Gotcha.
And it was the worst $10 I ever spent in my life. I was like literally just bombarded with fuglies. It was horrible. Yeah, that's me.
I love that she pulled up yours
okay.
first. She's like, all right.
Okay, I have to preface this. Hold on. Okay, I updated this literally the second I went to that hockey game.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I need more
that.
story about this hockey situation because I'm seeing from an outside perspective. There's a lot of hockey going on, so I need some reasoning behind it. But
Adia
we'll
just
see.
jumped in.
I know.
First, like,
Just wanted to be a hockey girly. Anyway,
I'm here for it. I mean, that's your type.
it is.
It is. I mean,
really
I was like,
is.
that is the place she needs to be.
Yeah. Anyway, I changed
Yeah.
it literally like the next day, and then when I say the following day, I downloaded that Christian app. So
right.
this is like I have not talked to anyone from
These updated.
prompts.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just throwing it out there. But
I'm
okay.
excited to see. Okay. So
I'm so nervous.
my good side, love.
What do we think?
Do you
want
wanna
to
take us
pause?
through?
Pause that. That was a good photo.
Yeah,
I know the photo's great.
Oh,
I love it.
Was it not paused on it?
It was.
There you go.
We just didn't talk about it. You
Yeah.
know?
Okay, yeah.
That's
Adia, walk us through your profile.
Okay. So my good side. I only have one good side, and it's that one. And it's great.
Relatable.
I will say, I used a TikTok filter for this photo, which it doesn't change my face. Like it just adds like the freckles and like the blush, but it's just enough. I have had someone ask me if the freckles were real, so they definitely called me out. But it's a great photo nonetheless. Like I think it's giving like sassy, but like serious, like
Yeah,
it's
good
fun.
first photo.
Exactly. I think it's
It's an attention grabber.
Thank
Yes.
you.
No one
Yeah.
else in the photo.
It's
That's
close.
Yeah.
You can't
You
see
have
the
a car.
I have a car. Can't see
Win-win.
the
You can
baby
drive.
behind me, but yes, I have a car. So, yeah, that's my good side. Together, we could go to a hockey game and yell for the players to fight.
I think it's a
Okay,
solid
now it's loading.
Yeah, like that's a fun. Oh
That's
boy.
what I would do.
Yeah, like
That's the only reason to go. Is that not?
Exactly. You want to see people fight. Here we go. 29 woman straight. I'm going to slide through there in a second. You can
Okay.
keep playing. I'm 5'6", I think.
Are you? I thought we were the same height.
I think.
It's enough to get it across.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know? It's like iffy.
Yeah.
Great photo by Mike there. I already told him at that holiday party, I said, all the photos you're taking, I'm using on my profile.
You should.
So,
that's a great photo.
Like,
Shout out, Mike.
like, yeah, exactly. Shout out, Mike.
Like genuine happiness coming from the photo.
Thank you.
Look like
He
you're
really-
vibing.
You look like a ball of joy.
He was
Yeah.
a real one that night for sure. He definitely helped me out there. This next one, I'm not like 100% a fan of, but I thought it was giving like innocent girl, like
I was gonna say,
Yes.
it gives Christian.
Yeah.
it gives like Christian mingle, like
it gives Christian.
can take bring me home to mom.
Yeah,
type.
there you go.
It's really the
maybe
pink.
that's
The
Thank
pink
you.
is
Easy
all.
way of saying it.
Yeah, I thought it was like nice. Okay, the hallmark of a good relationship is always getting me a little treat from the gas station, even if I don't ask. So this is like the one thing that I just thought was like so like funny and just like, but I never got like any responses for this.
Really?
Like I think I maybe got
That's
like
crazy
2.
because men don't know how to do that.
No.
Well, yeah.
Like they're
True,
like,
so-
what?
No, I got like nothing.
Hence the
They're like, that's why they don't respond to
like
it.
at all. So that was a bummer. I think I maybe had one person be like, well, what snack do you like? And I said like peach rings, and they said something really gross, like
PTOs.
Oh.
yeah, they said like something.
I could see that going the wrong way, unfortunately.
I
Like,
was like-
not on your part, just
yeah,
like
I was like, okay, never mind. This next one, when did I take? Oh, this photo.
this
Yeah.
is the photo for you, in my opinion.
This is the
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because I took this photo after taking that photo booth picture
Yes.
with other homeboy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
We all know the one.
and I wanted to post a really banging photo because like by this he was not talking to me, so I was like, let me post like a really good photo. This was at Only You Lounge. If you're in Norfolk, you know where that is. They have the best photo booth, and they send you the pictures to your phone, which is like even better.
Oh, love.
Like,
Yeah.
it's perfect. But yeah, that's like my photo. I just changed my LinkedIn photo to that, I think. Sparkly
That's a choice.
top. Well,
I mean, like, it's a great photo, but like,
You said dating and LinkedIn.
I mean, LinkedIn at this point, if the man has a
True.
job,
that's what I'm saying.
that is such a
the
good
man
point.
has a job.
That's where you want to find him now. I
So
bet you
true.
can't make it to a third date. Okay, this is the one that got all the responses because so many men were so adamant that they can make it to a third date. They couldn't even make it to the second date. So let's start there. The third date is like the final boss, and
Yeah.
I knew that no
Mhm.
one ever could. But it was always fun for them to be like, oh, I can definitely make it. And I'm like, bro, we both know that's not going to happen, but I'll take 3 free dinners for sure. I mean, I've had
If
people.
it happens, great.
No, I literally had someone be like, it's my mission to get to a third date, and we didn't even make it to the first date.
Oh,
That's
Like,
whose fault was that?
Yikes.
that was his fault.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, because I said, hey, like, I'm not, like, this is a new year, new me. Like, I'm not doing things that I used to do. And if I do, it's after a third date. And they're like, yeah. And they're
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh,
Okay.
cool,
Yuck.
cool. My uniform, shout out to Erin for taking that photo. Those
Thank you.
those photos definitely like live rent free in my mind, like all the time. And it is my uniform because I wear that jumpsuit a lot.
You love a jumpsuit,
I
and it
do,
loves you.
as I'm wearing like one now. And this one was for the
hockey
the-
boys.
the hockey
Yeah.
boys, so they can
We
see
knew.
I'm wearing a Caps sweater. You know,
Is that your team?
I
Have
say
you
it's
established a team yet?
I say it's my team because like I'm in Virginia, but like if I had to choose like a favorite team, I don't have one yet.
Okay.
Like it's just
Okay.
based on like the players that I
Geography,
like.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
the
I mean, you gotta
colors.
stand on it though. Like
Yeah,
you gotta-
like I'll claim the Caps, but like I like Toronto Maple Leafs because of Austin Matthews, but also like Connor Bedard's really good, and he's in Chicago Blackhawks, and then
Also,
There's
Vince Dunn with the
Vince
Seattle
Dunn,
Kraken.
there's Matt Barzal. Like I mean,
Oh God, Matt Barzal, please don't talk to him.
Barzy
talk to me about him.
baby. Okay,
He
sorry.
is ruining my TikTok,
He's
like, in
ruining
an amazing way.
My
but, like,
TikTok. Okay,
I'm-
sorry. We'll wait for the hockey episode for that. Okay.
Matt Barzal, call us.
Oh please.
Anyway,
I got like 30 likes on a comment I left on the NHL post that had Matt Barzal, and I was like, Barzy left no crumbs, and it got like 30 likes. I was like, okay.
I love that. You're like, I'm famous. Thank
Thanks.
you.
I hope you see it. Okay, yeah, but that's the last one.
That is.
Yeah. I mean, I've had better. When I was in my prime, my one prompt that got the best, there were two of them. One was first drink on me, if you can pronounce my name correctly. They never could, because you can send voice notes on Hinge, so like they would be like,
yeah,
Adia. I'm like, nope.
Your name is not even
it's not even that hard, but like they thought about it too hard with their little pea brains.
We tricked them.
Exactly. Like, so they thought it was harder, but I got free drinks like all. I didn't even drink like that, but it was like enough to like last me for like a couple of weeks, you know? And then the other one was, I bet you can't explain to me, and then like you fill it in, and I was like, why we can't just print more money? Because like
I remember you posting
that.
me
Like
too.
Obviously that's funny. Like
I just want to hear a man just mansplain
just mansplain to me why you think we can't print more money. And I have literally like screenshots of my favorite responses, and it's just men being like, "Of course, you dumb idiot. We can't print more money because of inflation." Like, it's just like all of the.
Like, sir, this is a dating app. Please, like be nice to me.
Like, first of all, like, if you think I'm being serious,
then it's not.
Why would you respond?
No, and they're like, more money equals more inflation. Like, okay, whatever, bro. Like, you're not getting the joke.
I have Google. Like, I don't need to post that. I don't need to get the answers off of
I
Hinge.
literally don't need to come on Hinge and get this information.
2 inches before that, it literally says master's degree. So if you honestly think I don't know why we can't print more money, it's like whatever. But yeah, that was my prime. Those were the good days for sure.
Love.
Yeah.
As a like straight female, I think this is a solid profile.
Thank you.
I would date you.
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah, like it's good. I love that you named it Adia Hinge.
I did, because I was like, oh, here. Okay, where's mine?
I'm excited to see Erin's.
Me too.
It's a mess.
I kind of like had an
in
inkling
LA.
about what Adia's is, because you post a lot on Insta. Like, not a lot, but like, you know, these photos I've seen.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Erin's posting like sometimes.
When's the last time you even posted?
Well, it was
Keep it
recent.
mysterious.
When she went to San Diego, she posted.
Oh, yeah, you did. And then before that, I was Korea. Let's see. Okay. Erin Hinge. I love. Can I just
Already
say,
here.
my favorite thing in the world is when photos I take of people, they use them for their profile stuff.
I have that same photo in that same place.
I know.
From Adia taking my picture.
I bring everybody to that spot.
I have that same pose and everything.
It was like, we have to get here. You have to do this before sun. This is the pose. This is the, and we were
The
like,
lighting
okay,
is just so
yes,
bright.
we're ready.
Yeah.
We're ready.
It's where I take all my dates. I love it. But yes.
And I love it. Okay, so here's my profile. It's a mess, but we move on. Okay, so my simple pleasures: a cup of tea, live music, and my nephews and niece.
True.
Giving wholesome.
Very.
We love a
Just,
family
it's
girl.
like a wholesome moment, like nothing crazy. Okay, so
Ooh.
29, a woman, 5'9", you know, Central LA, publicity. This is honestly too much information. Too.
I love
This
that
is like
you.
answering
I
security
usually
questions.
put like way less. It says like publicity and then like liberal, because I have to keep that
You
on
have
here.
to.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you?
Adia
She
did
doesn't
not.
because
You know why?
my thing is,
know
you know what?
why.
I don't mind like if they're conservative, say liberal, but it's when they say what's the other
Moderate.
one?
Moderate.
No, if you can't make a decision,
Moderate.
yeah, just no.
Biggest red flag.
Biggest red flag. Moderate. That means
Biggest red flag. That's like even more red flag to me than conservative.
Exactly. That's what I'm
like,
saying.
At least you know
At
where
least
you
it's
stand.
like if you're a conservative, stand on it. Just be conservative, but
Yeah.
don't tell me you're moderate.
Exactly.
That means you're
and
like
I'll
nah.
immediately
Yeah.
X. But yeah. So
Sorry, now that we're reflecting,
okay.
Adia, your profile goes down a notch because
I did have liberal on there
at one,
at one point, but it didn't change anything.
at one
Okay.
point.
They were all conservative.
Yeah, it didn't matter when I had because I had
it is the
liberal,
area,
I
too.
had like smoke weed, I had
Yeah.
everything that
Yeah.
you would think that would be,
Yeah.
and they'd still get
It's the area too.
It's so
yeah.
many conservatives.
all the
Yeah.
Navy men.
They love it. I don't know why.
They do.
Okay, wait. So how
Oh,
long?
you want everything.
How long have you guys been on Hinge? Like, what's the length of time that you guys have had a profile?
Year?
A year?
I go on and off, so it'll be like a couple months here, a couple months
Yeah,
off.
Okay.
Yeah.
For how long? Like, how long have you? Like, when did you
Make your first
make your
profile.
first? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, this profile, I maybe made it like, I think I made it, no, maybe October, but then I paused it because I was in Virginia, so
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wasn't using it. But then I started it back up in January, and now I'm off it again.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
That's the cycle.
That's-
I delete mine like all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's me in a lavender field.
We love
is what it is.
Good
Me and
photo.
SF, if this will load.
I'm loving these like
Okay,
photo
me and
choices.
SF at a park.
Ooh.
I hype myself up by listening to my carefully crafted playlist.
Yes.
Music is important to me, and I want whoever I see to also love music.
We
so
love a 0.5 selfie.
Yeah, that's giving.
we love that. Okay, here's me at a soccer game, but you don't know that. So here's me with some friends.
No, we
saying
knew
I have
that.
friends
They
in a
don't know
box.
that.
I didn't know that. This is all new to me.
Okay.
It's my first time.
Yeah.
So me in a suite at SoFi Stadium.
Love.
That's cute.
La 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 la.
And you're in the middle, so
Yes,
we know
yeah.
it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Men,
Another like giving happy.
Yeah.
Very like.
men love to have like
Exactly.
group photos, and you literally have no idea.
Oh yeah,
they
you
all
never
look
know
the
which
same.
one.
Which one
Like
out
which
of
one
the
are you?
15
Exactly.
people.
I was like, oh, like at the beginning, like me. And then I
Yeah.
like to have, one or two like group pics
Yeah, show
in
you have
here.
friends.
So it's like, oh, she has friends.
Mhm.
Yeah, see that's the problem with like
Um,
social media. They come at you and they're like be in your DMs, and I like go to their profile. Where's a picture of you?
Who?
Oh,
I have
yeah.
no idea who you are, what you look like at
Yeah.
all.
They're just
Exactly.
posting random.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, what is it? I don't-
Memes.
Okay,
Exactly.
like
Oh, I love that.
I
Um,
love
okay.
that photo of you.
And then together we could go to all the restaurants we have on a list, but just haven't tried yet. And there's me at a fun restaurant with a fun Beverly Leslie.
We love
Cute.
that.
And then me and pals. Oh, hello.
What is going on?
It
I
really
don't
does
know.
not want us to
This
see Erin's
Wi-Fi.
hinge profile.
No.
oh, that's
Yay.
cute.
That's my favorite.
So looking cute. That's my profile.
Solid profile from
so
both of you.
wholesome, Erin.
Yeah.
I should have taken notes.
Write them down.
Yeah.
Well, no, never mind.
No more notes.
No more
there.
notes.
Yeah, I'm
No more notes.
so done with Hinge.
I feel like in theory you should be able to get married off of that profile. I feel like
I
that's
would
a-
agree.
You know,
100%.
how many hits have you gotten? Like, are you getting people? Like, this is
Getting hits, but like not from
who you are. See, I just get I will get on Hinge for a total of like 3 days, get overwhelmed by the messages, and then get the ick, and I
Yeah.
immediately it's just so cringy to me.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I've
That's
so-
I feel
honestly
like that's what
that's me
happens to
too.
you.
And I wish I could like go out like in the world. I mean, I could. I wish I was better at going out in the
IRL.
world and like meeting people, but I'm just like, where, how? Also, like LA is so big, and like everyone's in their like own cliques already, and just like has their friends and doesn't talk to like others. So it's just like very difficult.
But that is a perfect segue from online to IRL.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Allie, please let us know
In the
how
wild.
in the wild.
How in the world?
First off, tell us how do you go about dating?
Yeah,
Like you're
I-
not
I
on
don't.
the apps like that. Yeah. How do you how have let's put it in the past tense. How
Okay.
have you found a potential suitor?
I am someone like okay. First of all, being where I came from with my ex-husband being an influencer, knowing a lot of people in the area, but what people knew of me was as like I'm mom, I'm wife of XYZ. My kids are the kids and wife of XYZ.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to figure out and get out of this like mindset of who I am, because what was projected of me on social media was not me as a person. It was what he, I guess, wanted me to be, or visual, like that's what he wanted
To project to
yeah,
his
there you go.
following.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying. So like getting out into the world, like I was not. I went a little crazy,
We both
and
did.
I don't say that in a bad way. Like I had lots of fun,
You did.
and I learned very quickly that I have like anxious attachment issues, and I think it just has to do with being with somebody for 10 plus years, having
Yeah.
2 kids. And I'm used to being a wife. I'm used to being like
Yeah.
in love with somebody, and
Thank
just like
you.
I'm
Yeah.
used to being
Thank
like taken
you.
care of. Like, and
Yeah.
it's sad. Like to this
Yeah.
day, like my standard is still my ex-husband. Like if you don't open the doors for me, like my ex-husband, even though we do not get along and we were not meant for each other anymore, like I never opened a car door.
Yeah.
Never opened a car door. Never opened any doors. Like would be told verbally, like do not touch a
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
I never pumped my own gas.
Yeah. Those
so
things add up.
yeah, those are like the very
Yeah.
best. So
Yeah.
like going into this, like I was like, let me have fun. And there was people that I entertained. You know, there's ones, multiples, but none of them wanted to do dates. Like
Yeah.
The bare
no
minimum.
one wants to do a date. And honestly, like where I'm at in my life with a full-time job, I mean a good job, none of them, they live with their parents,
Yeah.
or they had crazy exes that I didn't want to deal with, like because I knew I had my own drama that I had, but no one wants to go on dates, like what a true date is, like.
Yeah.
And even I'll be real, even if they did try to invite me on a date, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. But I'm better now. Like I still have not. I've been on a few, but it's weird. Guys are just strange human beings. I've done a lot of experimenting over the past 3 years and realized a lot of stuff about myself. So where I'm at now is a whole different place than I was a year ago.
So tell us, when they slide in the DMs, which has happened plenty of times, as we've seen, well, as I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like following Allie after this.
I gotta see this profile.
I've removed a lot of photos off of my profile. I've had to archive a lot of stuff. I don't post like I used to, like quote unquote thirst traps, because men don't understand. Like I post them for myself. I don't post them for the attention of men. It's just I feel like I look attractive and I'm gonna post it. And if people respond, I'll be honest, like I leave a lot of men on red, a lot of them.
Yeah.
But a lot of the things are like, oh, I know a hot MILF when I see one.
Oh wow.
Oh.
I'll get a lot of comments about my lips. I don't know. It's just they're off the wall. And some of them are nice. Like they'll ease their way in with the DMs. And then when they start getting a little friendly, but I'm like, again, they'll DM me and have no pictures on their profile.
Right.
I don't know what
That's
you're
crazy.
like.
You're like, why am I trying
You're
to
brave.
talk to me if I
don't know
can't
who you
see
are.
you?
No, you are
like,
so
I don't
brave.
know you.
You think I'm gonna respond if I don't even know who you are?
Oh, my
Seriously.
favorite is when they like, I'll entertain them, but I won't entertain them as a friend. Like, I'll be like, oh, you're so nice. Thank you. But if I don't respond in the way they want to respond, I get blocked.
Quickly.
They unfollow me.
Swiftly.
And then I'll get followed again a few months later by the same person. I'm like, wait, did you follow
You're like
me?
circling back.
Yeah.
Checking
You
in.
trying again? Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's just like I think I've just gotten so tired of them. It's so icky. Like they're so cringy. I don't know. Like that's I'm trying to think of any other weird situations I've come. I mean, I feel like a lot of my situations have come from DMs.
Yeah.
That's where they've started.
Yes.
And some of them are good. Some of them I've gotten like really good friendships out of. Like we were talking earlier. There's one in particular that I think Adia hates.
He's around. I don't hate him.
You don't hate him? Okay.
No.
I mean,
I did. Past tense. Past tense.
We're growing.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was just a lot of messiness with one individual, but we're past that, so it's cool.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
But that's I'm
glad.
trying to think if you have any specific ones that I should point out.
I don't know. Gosh, I'm trying to remember.
I had a man from North Carolina.
That one.
Oh yeah,
That one.
He out of nowhere didn't even follow me. Just was in my DMs. He's the one that was like, I know a hot MILF when I see one, and I was like, ha ha ha, thank you. Like I was good. I was like, cool, thanks. I'll take it as a compliment. I'm not a weirdo. I'm not a prude or anything. I was like, yeah, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
But like we had like good conversation. He'd go back and forth, and I'd be like, well, where did you find like? Mind you, with my ex and everything, I've gone through a lot of drama, people following me and like talking, and I'm tired of people talking, and that's kind of where I've kind of gone into this like recluse mode. But when people talk, it stresses me out, and this gossip, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And especially around here, everybody knows each other. So I was like, where did you get my information from? Like, where did you even find my profile? Like, that's so weird. He's like, oh, you just came up on my my little explore page, like your picture. And I felt like DM you. I'm like, is this something you do often? Like I grilled him. I was like, he was younger than me. And we had a good conversation, like chatting, like texting, phone calls. Like he had his own place.
That's a first.
He lived in the Outer Banks. He had his own place. He loved art, very artsy, very like fashionable, like just in general. Seemed like I was like, okay, like I'll entertain this. And then he kind of gave me some information about like some depression he was going through, and valid. Samesies, okay. I'm a mature adult. I'm like, okay, cool. Like we all get that stuff. And then he had invited me down for a weekend. I was like, I don't know if I feel like spending the night, but I'll come down. I'll come down. You can take me out. And if things go As planned, maybe I'll stay the night. We'll see how it goes.
Well, Outer Banks isn't that far.
Yeah.
You know, if you really needed to come back, you could.
I could. It's not too far, but I was like, I could use a getaway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if he was paying for things. Like, I mean, sure, yeah. And I didn't have to pay for
Sure.
Right, exactly. But like the day he started getting like real distancy and like not talking, and I'd be like, yo, if you don't want to do this, like we don't have to. I know you're going through something. Like you can just say, hey, not right time.
This was in person or
before
before
you
you got
phone.
there?
This was before I got there.
Okay.
It was like the week leading up.
Yeah.
And it was just constant, like, and he was like, no, I still want you to come. Like, da-da-da. I was like, okay, I'm giving you an out. Like, I'm being real. Like, this is not me being passive aggressive. This is not me being like, if you don't want me to come. No, I'm being serious. Like, if you don't want me to come, just let me know. We can continue this. We can get to know each other. I don't have to come right now. You're going through some stuff. So the Saturday comes, no, it was Friday. I texted him and I was like, do you still want me to come? No answer. And then later he sent me a text, was like, hey, I don't think it's a good idea because, you know, it was his birthday weekend. He's like, I'm just going through a lot of stuff, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, valid. The next morning I texted him because I was like, hey, happy birthday, green bubble. I was like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And then I go on to
You could have been there.
I know, and I go on to Instagram. Man blocked me.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. I was pissed because I'm someone that's like, I want an explanation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a grown woman. I'm a 35-year-old woman. I want explanations.
You go to bed thinking you're friendly with someone like,
Right.
oh, it's fine, we're good. And then you wake up to
Green bubble.
Seriously.
But then, okay, so that was August of last year. And I want to say it was October.
recent,
It was
kind of.
probably October. It had been right before Christmas. I get a text. Hey, do you remember me?
No, bye.
And I was like, who is this? Because I had taken him out my phone. He was like, who is this?
Of course.
I was like, who is this? And he goes, oh, it's, yeah. Right. You can beat it, whatever. You don't follow me anywhere anyways. But he was like, I just want to apologize, like reach out to you and apologize. Like, you were such a good person and you're really nice and you didn't deserve that. And I was like, yeah, I know. Cool. And he kind of was, I was like, is there a reason why you texted me today?
Yeah.
Like, why today? And he was like, I don't know. I've been feeling really bad. And I was like, okay, well, just so you know, I gave you an out. You could have told me. I'm just letting you know, communicate.
Yeah.
I've told you that from the jump. Like, communicate with me. I'm big on communication. I have anxiety. Like, please just tell me everything. I can handle the truth in any sort of form of fashion. He's like, valid. Immediately the next day,
Oh, no.
can I get some head? This man has never seen me in real life, in person. And I'm like, that's how I was like, no, haha, no.
After 2 to 3 months of
Yes.
radio silence.
Really?
Oh, and then hold on.
Blocking.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hold on. Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me find him.
Not the audacity.
Because I kept it. I had to keep it because it was just, eventually I had to be like,
Well, yeah, you get that text and you're like, wait, what the fuck,
Yeah, this is a
actually?
joke. This is
yeah.
gonna be a joke.
so then he started asking for pictures. I'm like, I'm not, I would like, we were friendlier. I was like, okay, we got back to just like, I was like, okay, let me give it a few days. Like, I'll just let it. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's my bad. But I was like, you know, talking back and forth. But every conversation revolved around like, send me a picture. And I'd send him like a regular, I'm not going to send him a,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then no response. I was like, okay, cool. So then he'd be like, then he'd randomly text me, show me your tits or
Whoa.
any videos. And I was like, I don't have any videos. Okay, tits. I beg. I ignored him. Then he was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm in Virginia. And I was like, hey, watching football with my girl. Just got off work. What are you doing up here? Like, just trying to start a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
His response is trying to eat you from the back.
The audacity of this man.
I ignored him, and he responds the next day. No, 2 days later. Ignored. Tough. I ignored him. I still didn't respond. And then he goes, oh, now you're looking at my story. This is a few days later. Looking at my stories like you ain't flat out ignore me last week. Cold world. I told him, like, I ignored you because I told you what I'm looking for. I tried to have a conversation with you, and I'm not just trying to have sex with you. So when I met with responses like last weekend, you're going to get ignored. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
And he said, heard. And I haven't spoken to him since.
Oh my
Heard.
god.
Heard.
Yeah.
Oh my
Did he do a
God.
period? Please tell me he did a period after her.
He probably doesn't know how to where a period is. Nope, no period. Didn't get one. But that's like the kind of stuff that I would deal with. That's just
so like wild. Like it's just so
why? Like, what
Yeah.
do you get out of that?
We were friends. I like generally sort of. Like I was gonna come visit, and now you're just like soliciting me. Like, come on.
Well, like the thing was, he was like, at first he was like, I really am into you, like you're really cool, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm letting you know, like I'm not in a mindset for a relationship. Like we can see where things go, but you know, it is what he's like. Oh, that's fine. Like I'm not really in. You know, I'm still talking to other people. I was like, okay, valid, but like don't expect me to just jump and like I live up 2.5 hours away. I'm not driving down to you.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But he was, God, that just blew my mind. That whole
crazy.
That whole like the audacity that he had. It was
the boldness too
Yeah.
to do it like multiple times.
Oh yeah,
That's so true.
I'm
After
just
the
like
first time,
like, oh, ignored? Wow, like and more, and you're like, bro, I ignored you once. Stop.
I mean, I straight up told him, I'm like, I'm not interested in this. I like because when after October, like at that point, I was still like, let's. I'm still having fun. But after like the few months, I was like, no, I'm not even in it. I'm ready for a relationship. Like I'm tired of this. I'm tired of playing this game.
Yeah.
is he like similar age, like 30s ish,
He's
late 20s?
30.
Like, please.
He's not done.
30. And yeah, he's 30. And
Frontal cortex.
When you got that 3 in front of, like, come on.
It's
Yeah.
We're not out here.
but it's
Big
crazy
age of 30. Stop.
you should. Oh no, he's not. There's other ones that are older than me that are
Oh yeah.
that are friends with people that they know that I have been with, and they will still be in my DMs with girlfriends, be in full relationships, and hit me up and be like, "Hey, you want to come over?" No, you have a girlfriend.
That's
Wild.
wild.
Like you had your
Wild.
chance. Like no, what? What made you think I would want to do anything with you? Like
especially how small Hampton Roads is too. Like, bro.
That's getting back to someone.
like being friend like.
Someone.
The amount of friends that know each other that I have been involved with that know of each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have literally had 5 of them sitting up at a table at an event and
I'm
assembly
sure.
all together. And it's funny because they all know about it. I'm straight up with them. I
Yeah.
tell them like, hey,
Eskimo brothers.
you know, they do not care. But then they get all in their family. Look, they're in my DMs. They're texting me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't want a relationship, so you need to talk with your boys. That's not on me.
It's not homie hopping if they hop first.
Thank you.
Mic drop.
I'm on your side. I'm on both
Yeah.
your sides.
Yeah, I mean,
there. I'm fine.
I wish
If
more
the homie
homies
is
would
hot.
hop. Yeah. More homies should be
I'm
hopping.
sorry. The homie may have more money. Homie
That's-
may have a
that's what
job.
I'm saying.
Homie may not live with his mom and dad. Homie has a
That's
car.
fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, to be honest, like every dude's a homie with each other out here. That's really what it's
Yeah.
come down to. Like they're
Yeah.
everybody knows each other. So at this point, it's just kind of like, how close are you? And
Exactly. It's
So
like,
I lay it all out. I'm just like, okay, yeah. So I know you're friends with this person.
yeah.
I've been involved with them, or I've talked to them, or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
on you. Like it's on you if you.
Yeah.
I feel like you have
Ironically-
a leg up though too, because if they're on Insta, you have mutual
Exactly.
followers. You
Yeah.
already know who they're following versus
Yeah.
like an app
That's
you
the
may
first
not.
thing that
Yeah.
I do, like when I follow someone. But surprisingly, of all the Navy men that I've talked to, none of them have been like in the same whatever they call it, battalion or whatever. I don't know.
That's crazy.
None of them have like been in the
They
same
don't know each other. Wow.
thing. And I swore, because I started talking to someone that was like a lieutenant, a captain, whatever. And I'm like, okay, one of your subordinates has to be
yeah.
someone that I've talked to before. And I get so nervous because my last name is also the last name of someone that's in the Navy. So I'm like nervous that one day they're going to see that guy, my ex's dad, in the Navy, and he's like a doctor. So it's like one day they're going to have to go get their eyes checked. And it's going to be like, same last name. And they're going to be like, oh,
You're like,
hold
I
on
was
now.
just talking to this girl.
Exactly. So I'm not looking forward to that day. But shockingly, I have not talked to any subordinates and people like that. Waiting for the day, though. One day.
It's a weird that it's a red flag for me if we don't have any mutuals. Like where it is, like, you know, it's a green for me. It's a green flag. Cause I'm like, okay, we're in the same group.
Yeah.
Of people. Like we have the same friends, but I was like, if we don't have any,
No.
I'm like, how?
No.
How? I've been here most of my life.
No, like, who do you know
Yeah.
here?
yeah, like, what do you do? What do you
When
do
did you
for
move to the area?
what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How long ago did you start your Instagram? Like I
No.
just like
Yeah,
it's
sus.
weird.
It's very
Yeah.
sus. Erin, do you have any bad stories or anything?
I don't have all of my like dating stories are not that like crazy. I have like not a wild one. It was just like the audacity of this man. He was like
always.
Just always. Okay, to be fair, he was a nice person. He was just a friend. So, and I was like, nah, I feel nothing. You kind of give me the ick, moving on. But I was talking to him on Hinge, and he was like, oh, like, I want to take you out, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. Like, I want to plan this, like, amazing date for you. And this was while I was in LA. He was like, I'm going to plan this amazing date for you. Like, let me think about it, get back to you. I was like, okay, like, tell me when and where. I'll be there. Comes back to me, like, the next day and was like, okay, I have this perfect plan. We are going to meet at the Grove.
The Grove? Bro.
The Grove. I said, oh, a shopping mall. Okay.
I was going to say, is that I just know that as the mall because there's a Vans there.
Yeah, like the mall.
I was like, the mall.
Tourist destination of like anybody who comes to LA is like, oh, I want to check out the Grove because it's like so well known.
It's like going to the ocean front.
Yeah, what are we going to do when we get there? Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, this is a mess. It's covered in rats. Moving on. So he was like, we're going to go to the Grove. And then we're going to go to this barbecue stand. I was like, you're asking me to go to a barbecue for a first date? I was like, okay. And so really that should have been my red flag to not go. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give this man a chance. And then we went, and then he was like, let's just walk around. And I was like,
no. Hold on.
Oh, what is this, high
I
school?
was there for
Are we in middle school? Did his mom drop you guys off?
First of all, this was like tragically recent, like in the last like year or two. And I was like, what is happening?
Oh my God.
I was like, why are we here? Why?
Did you at least get the barbecue?
Yeah.
Exactly. So we walked around, and then I was like, okay, what's like, how long do I have to stand? Because it was like August. It was hot. I was like,
is it an outdoor
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an outdoor mall. And I was like, it was packed because it was like an afternoon kind of moment. And I was like, this is just not the vibe. So then he walked me back to my car. I was like, okay, bye. And he like was going in for a hug, and I was like, and then I was like, okay, and I'm just gonna go ghost. I'm not gonna touch it.
How long did you guys walk around for? Was there a good conversation? Like, what did y'all talk about?
It was like it wasn't a fine conversation, but it was like mostly he was like asking me questions. I was like, okay. And so I felt like I was just talking, and then like I was not getting like any information, or he was like, oh, like I like anime. I was like, okay, like what animes? Because I've heard some, and I'm like, oh, tell me. And he was like, oh, blah blah blah. I was like, okay,
that's the worst.
Oh my God!
You're
not gonna dive in.
Elaborate. Ask me any questions.
Do you know how to have a conversation?
Yeah.
I was like, we're both like upper 20s. Like, you know how to have a conversation.
Yeah.
At this point, but you would think, you would hope. But then he was like telling me about his job. I was like, okay. He talked about that for like 10 minutes, and I was like, okay. Awesome. And then that was that. And I said, whoop, it's getting hot out here. I was like, where can I validate my parking? Like,
no, you didn't. Oh, that's.
They were like, he was like, oh, I'll go ask. And anyway. So yeah, that was just a wild moment, and it was just not the vibe. So
big yikes. Bless his heart.
I'm just like sweating thinking about that.
Yeah.
I guess like and barbecue and barbecue.
Walking around in the sun, packed people. I was like, where's the shade? Like, can we get a beverage, like a tea, a boba?
Wait, did he didn't buy you any drink or nothing? Like not a coffee?
Well, like at the barbecue he did, but then like after while we were walking around, I was like, okay.
Yep. No.
And then he was like trying to touch my knee. I was like, no, stop.
No.
I was like, please don't touch me. Thank you.
Did you find him? Was he on Hinge or was he somewhere? Where did you meet this guy?
Hinge. He was on Hinge.
Okay. All right.
So
I love that he
That
said
was
he was gonna
that.
plan something for you though. Like,
Yeah,
You know, that
right.
is cute. I will say that's really sad that like we had to really dig for that one. Like he made a plan.
yeah,
He showed up.
He showed up and he made a plan and he followed through.
Showed up.
You know, he made a plan.
True.
You didn't have to
You
think
guys
about
gotta
any
make
of
it
that.
to LA.
It wasn't perfect,
You know what?
but
To be fair, he drove from Pasadena, so like
That's cute.
Valley to the Grove.
We're
so
really
I was
digging
like,
here.
You know,
he really tried.
He used that as a twofer. He said, "I'm trying to go to the Grove. Let me also be this girl."
he's like, I need to return something. I want to pick up something. So
Oh gosh, that's so bad. Oh boy. Well, shout out to him. He tried.
Yeah.
shout out. Can you remember his name?
that's
Oh
right.
well.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Oh well.
Let's see. Obviously, I have stories. Do I remember all of them? No. I'm trying to think of like, I guess the worst story that I have like from dating a dating app in general. Obviously is a conservative guy. So I take all of my dates to the same spot. I take all my dates to the Vale back when they had the pizza just because I fucking love that pizza and it was like
It's
expensive.
fair.
So like I would always take them there so I would get the free pizza. Anyway, I took him there. I don't remember his name, but he was Bolivian, I think. He was Bolivian, so he wasn't white. So I do remember that because that was
Dang.
that was a check for me.
Okay.
That
look.
was so I was expecting something a little different. Anyway, we were talking like on Hinge and both liked Star Wars. So we're talking about that, whatever. And I saw that his thing said conservative, and I'm like, okay, it's a spectrum. It could be like Fox News conservative, or it could be Alex Jones conservative. Like there's
Oh,
a wide,
God.
it's a wide range of conservatism. So how conservative can he be? He's Bolivian. You know what I'm
He
saying?
could be moderate.
He could be moderate.
That could, you know,
True.
Pretending
Exactly.
that he's conservative.
Thank you.
To
Like,
be on his side.
yes, like maybe he just didn't know, but he was in the Navy. He was a Navy SEAL, so I'm like, okay, that's a plus. So like, it's weighing out. It's weighing itself out. Anyway, we go to the Vale, we get the pizza, and we're like sharing. First of all, like I get my pizza and like you get your pizza. Like this isn't like a sharing scenario because I take my pizza home.
Yeah.
So like if you're eating half, I have nothing to take home. So like
to be honest, you could kill one of those pizzas by yourself.
that's what I'm
anyways.
saying. So I was like, okay, strike one. Like, why are you eating off my pizza? Anyway,
At least give me some other apps or something.
Something.
Who chose the pizza? Who
I
chose
did.
the flavor?
I did.
and he was down with it. Did he have anything to say about what you chose?
No, it was like this.
Which one was
the
it?
hot honey
I was
one.
gonna say how to be the honeybee
yeah,
or whatever. Like,
yeah,
mm.
that was the best one. And I'm
Shout
like,
out to Ian.
no, seriously.
Melissa.
And then like I looked over. I'm like, are you gonna order? He's like, no, I'm good. I'm
Are
like,
you?
cool.
This is
Okay, anyway, so we sit down, we have the pizza. I'm gobbling it up because like that's just what I do here every
Well, and
Thursday.
he never said that you were gonna split it.
No.
You said, "Are you gonna order?" He said, "No." So you're thinking,
Yeah,
"Okay,
so
sure."
like, you know, I have like
you're
a
just
plate.
having a drink.
yeah,
Yeah.
From
me.
my pizza.
Yeah, so we're just having a good time. I'm gobbling it up. Like I was already knew that he was conservative, so I wasn't like really thinking it was gonna go anywhere. But I was like in a silly goofy mood because I'm like I'm already annoyed that like I have to share my pizza. So like
Maybe conservative. He meant like he's conservative and like
money.
yeah.
Yeah, something. So I was like,
Economically
let me like stir the pot a little bit. Like I'm feeling like goofy right now. So I was like, so did you vote for Trump? Like first question
Silly goofy mood.
out of the gate. I was like, yeah, you know, saw that you were conservative. Gotta know, did you vote for Trump? He was like, well, I'm like,
You took too long to answer that.
I feel
sir.
like if you did that, you should do it.
Listen.
Like just say it.
That's true.
oh my gosh. I was like, this is gonna be good. This is good. Let me sit up straight. This is gonna be good. He's like, you know, I didn't vote for him the first time. I'm like, oh.
Somehow,
So you
That's
you,
worse.
You saw
makes it
the 4
worse.
years and you're like, hell yeah, I need 4 more of this.
right.
And that's the one for us.
He had a reason why. He said I was deployed, so I wasn't able to vote. So that's the only reason I couldn't vote for him the first time. And I said,
Oh, so he actually had an excuse like that.
Yeah.
So he would have.
he was
Right.
like, oh,
so
yes.
he was owning up to he would have. Okay.
okay. He was like, yeah, no, I definitely would have, but I couldn't because I was gone. I'm like, cool. Second
Right.
time?
Yeah.
What about the second time? He's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, alrighty then. Okay, I still got like 2 slices left, so like, you know, let's keep it going. And I was like, cool. I was like, so you don't think he's like racist or anything? And he's like, oh, do I think he's racist? no. I'm like, oh, but I was like, aren't you Bolivian? Like, don't you have a feeling about like, I'm just like fucking
international relations.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking with him at this point, just like messing around. And then I'm like, well, what about gay people? Like, I'm just like going down the checklist of like Trump
He's
stuff.
like, Adia, your profile said you were straight. Like, don't.
No, like literally, like he's just
don't
like,
ask me about.
No, he's like answering them like it's just like another Tuesday afternoon. Like nothing is wrong. And I'm like, okay, I don't think you're picking up that like
you're not into this.
I'm not into this. Like, you know what I'm
He's
saying?
like, oh, she's interested in what I'm asking her. Like, what I'm saying. He's like,
wow,
no,
I never thought I'd have.
No, like he thought I was like, yeah, like making like conversation, and I'm like, no, babe, like that's,
No.
you look like a fool right now.
Oh man,
you
that's
look like a
rough.
fool. So that was like the whole conversation, and he's like, oh, well, all right, like when can I see you again? I'm like, bro,
never.
Wait, he asked
never.
if he could see you again.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really like fuck with Trump like that. So like, it's probably best like if like we don't see each other. But I did see him again.
You should not have said that.
No. I saw him again on accident.
Okay. I was like, hold on.
Okay.
I saw him again on accident.
Like, Adia,
No.
we cannot.
No, I saw him again on accident. We're gonna have to bleep this part out. I saw him again on accident. At the Vale again.
So you introduced him to a new spot.
That's
and
I did.
everything.
Now he's
Wait,
no,
actually,
he took my fucking spot, and I was like, oh, like what are you doing, blah blah whatever, because he's so cute. But I was like, fuck it, whatever. I was like, whatever. I was like, oh, you want to go watch Star Wars? So like he came over watching Star Wars. I'm like, okay, I gotta see what
Wait,
this is.
Wait, I thought you just ran into.
You can't just say you randomly ran.
I
into
did.
him, and then
No, but I didn't know you hung out with him. That's
you're like, let's go. You.
Adia.
Wait, no, we
It's one thing to be like, nice to see you, I'm leaving. It's
No,
another to be like,
I'm leaving
nice
now.
to see you, do you want to go watch Star Wars?
Okay.
At my house.
I ran into him. I said, good to see you, whatever. I got home. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm watching Star Wars. He said, can I come over? I said, sure.
I feel like that's worse.
I mean,
It is worse.
I wasn't planning to do it.
But did you get it in?
And that was my story.
That was so funny.
Yikes.
Katie, from back in the day, do you have a final dating story?
I've been brainstorming. Two come to mind. One was like wholesome, so I'll leave that one, I guess, I'll tell them both because I don't remember anything because it's literally been 10 years. The first one,
Yeah.
I was literally 20, so keep that in mind because he invites me to a bar and I'm underage, which is fine. Like, I mean, you can go to a bar, but like he wasn't underage, so
Yeah.
we get there or whatever. Okay, so he's actually, I don't remember his name. I don't remember anything, but it was in this area, so like that's a red flag.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we were in college at the
You
time in
remember his
Richmond.
name.
Okay, you'll find out. So we're talking. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll meet you here. Whatever. Blah blah blah. I show up. This man, I wasn't catfish, but I was almost catfish because this man did not look anything like his profile. I show up, I like didn't even recognize him. I'm like, who are you?
What was the age difference? How old
I don't
was
think it was that much. It might have been like 23 or 24 at the most, but it was like definitely like. I mean, now that, like, when I got there, I was like, oh, that photo's from, like, high school, probably.
That's what I was saying.
Like,
Was it an old photo?
Yeah,
like
but, like, when you're talking, you, like, don't know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you think,
Exactly.
all right, you
Yeah.
say you're 20, whatever.
Sometimes,
Like,
man, just post an updated photo.
well, exactly.
Something.
So I get there immediately. I'm like, I'm not staying around. I'm not sticking around for this. Like, this ain't happening. But he's like, do you want a drink? I'm like, I'm 20, so no. And like, he forgot or whatever. And then I stayed for like, I don't know, 20 minutes max. And then I like pretended my sister texted me with an emergency. And I was like, I have to go.
Gotta go. Oh
That was
my
a Tinder
God.
one.
Yikes.
The other one that stands out was also, I mean, these were all before I even met Sky. I just feel like I have to put that out there for the people
Yeah,
who
Scott,
know.
you're good.
Don't worry about it. Sky, you had a girlfriend at the time. Don't worry about it. This was also on Tinder, but this was more fun for me because I was in college, obviously, but I was older this time. So we learned some lessons. But there was this guy in one of my classes that I was like, wait, he's really cute and I want to know him. But I was too nervous to meet him in person. Our class was like 12 people or less. So like we knew the people in this class.
Yeah.
Like there were discussions, like roundtable discussions or whatever. So like I knew this man, but like not really, right? Like we'd never had a one-on-one conversation or anything. I find him on Tinder. immediately I'm swiping right. I'm like,
yeah.
this is what I've been waiting for.
All
And
right.
he swipes right on me. So we ended up going on a date, which was so fun and wholesome. It ended up snowing, so we made a snowman and had hot chocolate.
Okay.
And then I think we stopped talking because I think I thought he was boring, like ultimately in the end, which was sad.
That sucks.
He was cute though,
Yeah.
but sorry.
It's good now.
We should have brought like pictures of like where are they today?
Oh,
I think I still follow him.
Like where are they today?
I have lots. I screenshot any person that I match with that like I meet. I screenshot their profile just in case.
Yeah.
Like it has to be on like Dateline or something.
Oh, I mean that's
But-
fair.
I mean, like I screen record like the whole thing, and then
Right,
yeah,
right.
and I send
The
it to
deets and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
For
definitely
sure.
have all those for
Yeah.
sure somewhere.
Yeah, I wonder
Wow.
where that guy who tried to catfish me is. Where's he at?
Yeah.
Catfishing other girls probably.
Oof,
Still.
yikes.
Because like
You're still using
we're
high
early
school
20s and you're using
That's what I'm saying.
That's like
10
that's
years
That was
ago.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine. He's definitely struggling now.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's like if I don't know you, like my thing is I won't meet people off of. Okay, I lied. I did date that one dude in North Carolina
Yeah.
for like a total of like 2 weeks.
yeah,
That was
something.
the biggest train. Oh my gosh.
That's a whole other episode.
That's a whole other, yeah. He found out, like I found it because I let you know something. All I need is like a name,
yes.
an email address, or a phone number. I will know everything about you and your whole family.
Yep.
But I found out he was engaged with his baby mom down in Florida. They were saving up money to buy a house, but he was flying me to. Well, I went to Raleigh a few times, met with them. Spent Valentine's Day with him.
Wow.
He was coming to visit me, staying with me, had his dog with me, everything. He flew me down to Atlanta with him. We went on a trip to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Bought
You stuff.
bought me stuff. Oh, it was in theory like the perfect, exactly what I was
Right.
looking for.
He's flying you places.
Now I did
Yeah.
find out he was conservative because he was retired military. We had a very long kind of conversation about abortion and just a number of things. And it was just like,
Yeah.
and it, you kind of like think to yourself, you're like, okay, can I? I was like, I feel like this is like my dad. I feel
Yeah.
I feel like, it's
Like, what am I willing to compromise
I
on?
know,
And it isn't
Yeah.
this.
exactly. I was like, he is doing all the right things.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But mindset's
opening the
not there.
doors,
Like
but-
but like he makes money, like he's got his head like straight. But
Mm.
but then like I did some research and I was like, so your baby mom down in Florida, like what's the deal with her?
What about her?
Oh, nothing, like whatever. I just so happen I forgot what the reason was. I found her. I remember because he used to be in my DMs all the time, and then I remember like looking. I remember seeing her, like he had pictures with her, and I
like a
remember
tagged
her
photo.
name. I just remembered it was a weird last name. I remember because I have that type of memory. I can't remember what like I ate yesterday, but I can remember
Oh, yeah.
your ex-girlfriend's name from like
Yeah.
2 months ago. But when he started talking to me, he like removed all her photos. But that's first like red flag.
Yeah.
So and he changed his profile picture to something real vague. Like it was like he wasn't on Instagram. So I found her on Facebook, and her profile picture was of the two of them.
Yeah.
So I screenshot it, and I was like, "Do you want to explain this?" Because who knows? Maybe she
Like,
doesn't
yeah.
use.
She
Maybe
deleted Facebook.
Maybe she
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
use Facebook. Maybe it's an old photo. And I didn't give him an out, but he was like, "Oh no, she's, we broke up in December, like da 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 da." And I started like scrolling back. And I was like, "No, that's a you're engaged, y'all." It was like November. Oh my gosh, like picture of the ring. This was January that we were talking and hanging out. We had Valentine's Day together, and denied. So I gave him some. He's like, no. I was like, does she know that you're seeing something? Like, she's like, well, he's like, well, we're on a break. I'll be honest. We're on a break. We're not talking. Things just aren't working out. She lives with her parents and she has no intentions of moving out. She's got 6 kids by 4 different baby dads. And also
one of them.
He's one of
Yeah,
them.
right.
He's one of them.
Right.
He's one of them. So I was like, wow, okay, cool. So I was like, I gave it some time, and then he came back to me, and he was like, okay, I talked with her. It's finally done. Blah, 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 blah. I really want to take you to Atlanta. I was like, okay, I'll take a free trip. Like, this man paid for my flights, paid for everything. Go to Atlanta, and he was just being fucking weird. He made me cry over tipping, because in Atlanta, gratuity is automatically included. And me being very progressive, I'm like, I love that. I love that we're paying. I'm here for it. We went to like a club, ordered like 50 wings between me and like his
hell yeah.
cousins, whatever, drinks, and he was so upset at the
Now
server.
you're meeting the fam. First of all.
Yeah.
Like he
Oh,
got you with the
Oh,
cousins.
Oh,
like,
no. I had met his cousins, his aunt. Like I went to his aunt's house.
Oh,
She lives up. Yeah, I went to.
gosh.
Oh yeah, it was a
They
whole.
all know what's going on too.
And
Like you
that-
can't tell me.
That is what's
Anything?
wild to me.
Yeah.
So there was like multiple times in Atlanta where he'd like, oh, let me go. I need to go call my son. Which I, as a parent, I'm like, cool, yeah, go take your time. He'd go call, and like his cousin would go with him. It was his cousin. I forgot her name, and her girlfriend, and would leave me at the table with her girlfriend, and they would go off and talk and da da da. And then he'd be like, hey, do you mind, like when we were back at the Airbnb, he was like, do you mind grabbing coffee? I was like, yeah, I need to stop by Target anyway. So I came back. He was just acting super strange. Like he just got really weird. And I was like, okay, now it's weird. So I get back. And me just being me, I messaged her. And I was like, hey, are you together with XYZ? And she was like, yeah, we're together, we're engaged. I was like, cool. Here's some screenshots. I was with him in Atlanta. She goes, oh my gosh, he was calling me and FaceTiming me multiple times in Atlanta. I'm like, I'm okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I was like, yep. I went down there for Valentine's Day. Went to Raleigh for Valentine's Day. She was like, oh my gosh, like it was just a whole thing. Like I went back to him and I was like, just so you know, oh no, he came to me. He was like, you hit her up? I go, yeah, I did. Because you wouldn't be truthful. So I felt like as a woman, I'm going to a woman. Like, it's not cool. Like, you didn't want to tell me the truth. I'm not being that
I
person.
feel like you gave him the chance with
Yeah.
like the photo.
You
You're like,
definitely
what's
did.
the
I'm-
Facebook photo?
I'm
you
that
know?
person.
Yeah.
I'm if you wrong me, I'm going to the woman. Like I'm going to her and being like, hey, what's going on? Like, I'm going to tell you everything that's happening, and this is what happened. Like, I don't want to be messy. So
Yeah.
that was fun. And then he called me, haha, okay, PI, and then never talked to me again.
He called
Okay.
you the PI.
Yeah.
Also, like, it sounds like it was all public information to me.
Yeah.
Like, that you didn't dig
It was
that.
Thank
not
you.
that hard for you to find.
And you can dig. That's the thing. Like
I didn't have to. I
Well,
just
that's-
knew her
yeah,
name. That's
exactly.
the sad part. Like,
Yeah.
Literally.
it crazy. Man was crazy.
Yikes.
Haven't spoken to him since. No, he was like, oh, she doesn't know I have. Oh, he said her reason. She goes, oh, he told me that he deleted his Instagram because someone stole pictures of our kids. So I'm like, no, girl. He just started talking to me and told you that because he wanted to remove all the pictures of you.
Right. And blame it on something. And then,
Yep.
yeah, pretend you didn't have the app
Yeah.
still.
Wild.
Wild times.
And what have we learned here today, ladies?
Always
Men
check your
suck.
sources.
Men ain't shit besides Scott.
I was like, Katie's got the good man in there, and that's it.
I know. I will say, like, the number one thing that I have learned is that the first thing that you raise your bar for, you're just like, okay, that's fine, is going to be the end of it all. Like, that's going to be the
Yeah.
thing that's going to come back and bite you in the ass and be like, yep, I couldn't, I shouldn't have been okay with that. That was not something I was okay with, but I made it okay. But I like literally, I was like, yeah, every single relationship.
Yeah. Damn, you're right.
Snaps.
If you have to overlook something, not a good sign.
Exactly. Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
That's great. That's a great way to end the pod.
Some advice.
On a high note. Do we want to do loves and icks, ladies?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Shall I go first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, love. Let's start out strong. Usher halftime show.
Yeah, I think that's
Good
all. Yeah.
Lord.
Co-signed by everyone in the room.
Yes.
That was on my
I
list.
sang every word to every song. It was
Yes.
phenomenal.
I did too. The way I cried when Alicia Keys popped up and sang My Boo, I was dead. I was sobbing. I also have a screenshot of them, and I was like, love is real. Anyway,
stop.
they're my OTP. We know that. Second Love, Beyonce's new single.
Oh, I was gonna-
cried.
I have had it on replay in my car
Yes.
all day
16
today.
Carriages, you're joking.
I
Like,
cannot wait. And y'all
the
know I love
runs that
country.
No, this is your
Sure,
like.
this is for
This is
Adia
for me.
to bring her back. No, but
Got me there, yeah.
"Put me on your
but like her just vocals in there, the runs that she was doing during like some of the, oh gosh, I love her. My friends came into town this past weekend. I love them. It was so great to see them. It's spending money with them. They love to eat good, which me too. But that spending money from it,
Yeah.
too much.
Same.
Anyway,
Do you want to go next? I'll go next.
You can go next.
I'll go next. Okay. My love, I went to Jamaica.
Yeah.
It was
So jealous.
fun. It was like my first vacation like since my honeymoon, which is insane. Super fun, great time. I saw no crime there, so
Love.
Was there an expectation to see crime there? Like, was that part? I mean, I've been to Jamaica.
No, the State Department classified it as a level 3.
But were you on a resort?
I was.
Oh, you don't got nothing to worry about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I felt fine.
Stay on the resort. That's
Yeah,
I felt like every update was like her checking in. Like she's posting like bikini pics, and I'm like, I'm
still
so glad
here.
you're safe, Adia.
No, literally.
At least you look cute.
I did. Like, I was safe and sound. It was great. I tried new things there, and it was a good time. Loved it. My ick for the week, I'm going to have to say the fact that I have ended things with 2 separate people, and they have come back in the last week to express their feelings for me when I finally start something that is new.
Brave Valentine's Day week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They usually dip out.
So it's
They see all
just-
those hearts around, and they're like,
There's like,
Yeah, so it's been like, okay, I can't like respond to you because I'm trying something new here, you know, with this no roster thing. And I hate that I'm hurting other people's feelings. I've been there, but
you're being honest about it.
They'll understand.
So
your girls got it. That's
they had
all
their
I gotta
chance.
say.
All right. Oh.
they did have their chance.
They had their chance.
They did. Yeah, that's my ick. I just feel bad. It sucks for them, unfortunately. So might suck for me too. Who knows?
I doubt it. Loves or Usher, that was on my list.
Yeah.
Beyonce was on my list. I did want to mention Jay-Z standing up for Beyonce at the Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
When he's
that
like,
was crazy.
okay, his read when he was like, some of y'all don't belong in the category. Like, okay,
I loved
Jay-Z.
I loved it.
Gagged.
For the first time in forever,
Yeah.
I'm on your side. What's that about?
Weird.
That's
Interesting.
interesting. Keep it up. Hates not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
So
that.
like my issue is I'm back to like watching movies again.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I'm just like not able to watch enough of them. But then also I'm still reading a lot. So over the weekend, I finished a fantasy book and I was like, my brain needs a break from fantasy. I've been reading a lot of fantasy. So I read 2 hockey books over the weekend. And
Lit.
I was up till like 3 a.m. and
Katie.
I was like
love
up.
that.
Yeah. So just feel like there wasn't enough time in the day. I was
Oh.
it's been a rough time. So yeah. But
You finished them though, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's good. I usually fall asleep. Books put me to sleep, but I love books. So
Gosh.
they were hitting. I don't know.
Sounds like it.
Gotta get back to fantasy.
Allie,
Oh,
love.
gosh,
guest.
So look, I am a sports girly, and I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Are you?
Not because of Taylor Swift. I feel like I am.
Thank you for the
No
clarification.
offense. I am not a Swiftie whatsoever. I will say that I would put that as an ick. That it was kind of annoying how often the commentators would
Honestly,
talk about Taylor Swift.
I almost put that as my ick
We're watching
too, but
sports
I'm like,
here.
You know, let me
I have
not
hot men
ick
to
on
watch.
Taylor
That's
every day.
honestly like that's what it. No, I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan. The funny thing is, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan because so my dad's wife, I say that because it's a long story, but I don't care for her very much. Like me and her don't get along, but her team that she hates is the Kansas City Chiefs. So I have to like, and I for the past few years I've really liked them, and they won. They pulled it out a win in overtime. I'm here for it. I love it. Don't care what anybody has to say about that.
Yeah.
Icks are, well, I think that's Taylor Swift thing was an ick.
Yeah.
The other ick are men who say that they don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Weirdo.
That is definitely an ick.
It's such an ick.
Just say you're broke.
I mean, just say that you don't want to do anything for anybody. Like,
Just
I
say
don't
you
know.
hate me. Like
No, literally. You don't celebrate it? Okay.
It's just an ick. Like, I feel like men do that often. And
yes,
I'm
it's
just
a
like,
consumer holiday, but we're here for it. There's sparkly things.
It's
There's
pink. It's hearts. It's cute.
I bet they celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
So real.
What else do they sell? They sell everything. It's Valentine's Day. No.
Groundhog's Day.
They said no.
Yep. So that's my ick.
Yikes.
I love that. Respect.
Yeah.
How to finish it on that one.
No, that's good. That's good. I
I
agree.
loved it.
And this is coming out for Valentine's Day.
Yes,
so
it is.
perfect.
Any of y'all had dates? Anything?
I have a
What do you-
husband, so yeah.
What do you do for Valentine's Day?
To be determined. We were talking about it earlier. I'm like, I
Did
don't know.
Scott ask you to be his Valentine?
Indirectly, he keeps sending me those memes.
Aww.
Okay, Scott.
Yeah, memes are cute, I guess.
We love.
We started dating on memes, so it was
That's precious.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love that.
So you know, it's
Yeah.
all warranted.
Yeah, he hasn't asked me yet. I don't know.
Scott or no, I'm kidding.
Stop.
No, I know what you're. Yeah,
Yeah, no, he hasn't asked anything. I'm not expecting him to, but
it's
if
still
he
pretty fresh.
does,
But like, that'd be
yeah.
nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've only kissed.
You can still have a heart. Maybe
But we-
he's got like a surprise planned, and you just don't know.
Maybe a hug.
Maybe some
Maybe
flowers.
a high five.
He's gonna give you one of the little like fold up with him.
Yeah,
I would love
sweetheart.
that.
So
I would love that. So
honestly, that'd be really cute. I would
That's
take
better
that.
than nothing.
Right,
Honestly,
literally.
that
I'll take
Bare
it.
minimum. No.
bare minimum.
Literally, I'll
He could
take
get you a treat from the gas station.
anything.
There
literally.
you go.
I'll take
There you
it.
go.
Aaron,
No.
no messages
But
on
Valentine's
Bubble.
Day is my not a message. Valentine's Day is my roommate's birthday, so we'll be celebrating her.
Aw,
Fun. Love that.
so cute.
Allie, thank you so much.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. This was
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you for coming.
We'll definitely have to have you back because I know there are more stories.
Oh,
right now,
I
so.
could talk about all types of stuff. I got so many
Yeah.
stories.
Yes. Can't wait.
This has been 29
29
Chronically
Chronically
Alive.
Alive.
Bye.
Bye.